सुधागड एज्युकेशन सोसायटीचे पूर्व प्राथमिक, प्राथमिक, माध्यमिक व उच्च माध्यमिक विद्यालय कळंबोली मराठी, हिंदी, इंग्रजी, उर्दू माध्यम यांच्या सौजन्याने शैक्षणिक व्हिडिओमध्ये आपलं सर्वांचं स्वागत आहे.
Hello students, today we are going to teach you first chapter of the physics, rotational dynamics. Then question arises, what is the meaning of rotational dynamics? To understand this meaning, first we refresh our knowledge from 11th standard. We know that mechanics is the branch of the physics which deals with motion of the object. This mechanics is basically divided into two groups, statics and kinetics. In case of statics, we study the object at rest under the equilibrium of the forces. Thereafter, in kinetics, we study the motion of the object. Again, this kinetics, then question arises, what is the motion of the object? Motion means a change in position of the object with time. Then this kinetics is again divided into two groups, kinematics and dynamics. In kinematics, we studied the motion of the object without considering the reasons of motion. Means we established the relationship between some physical quantities like as a displacement, velocity, acceleration, time, and so on. And you know these three kinematical equations like as V equals to U plus AT, S equal to UT plus half AT square, and V square equal to U square plus 2AS. After we go through dynamics. In our chapter's name is, one word is dynamics. Means here dynamics, we studied the motion of the object while considering the causes of motion or reasons of motion. Meaning dynamics, we studied the different physical quantities like as force, torque, or momentum, impulse, work, energy, power, etc. Thereafter, we are looking forward the types of motions. Then motion is mostly divided into three parts: a translational motion, a rotational motion, and oscillatory motion. Here we go through a rotational motion. Means fan, we know that fan is in rotational motion. Suppose I am considering this pen, it is in rotational motion. Means whole body is rotated about the given axis of rotation. In oscillatory motion, we discuss more detail in later articles in the chapter. Oscillatory motion. In oscillatory motion, it is a to and fro motion of the object. Mean object is moving along the periodically. Means we go through a motion of the pendulum of a clock, or vibration of string of musical instrument, or we go through swing. These are the oscillatory motions. In previous year or 11th standard, we studied some about oscillatory motion, and still in next chapter number 5, 6, and 7, we studied more detail in oscillatory motion. Thereafter, we are looking forward translational motion. In translational motion means what? When body is moving from one fixed point to another fixed point. then we say that this body is in translational motion. Thereafter, there are different kinds of translational motion. First, we are looking forward a linear motion, means in linear motion, or you can say rectilinear motion. Mean when body or object is moving along a straight line path, then we say that it is in rectilinear motion. Look here, when body is moving along a straight line path, there are different cases are arising. Suppose you are on the bicycle and this bicycle is in the ground, and you are rest on your bicycle, your initial velocity is 0, you as well as your bicycle, and then you can give it motion in any direction, or you give acceleration in any direction. Means suppose you are here, then you can move in this direction, or in this direction, or in this direction, or in this direction. Means when object is at rest, we can give acceleration in any direction. But suppose you are moving along with bicycle along a straight line path, then you have only two choices. You have only two choices. You are moving a forward direction with an acceleration to increase the speed of the bicycle, or you are moving in a backward direction. You retard the motion of the bicycle, mean by applying a brake. Means here when initial velocity is not 0, mean your bicycle is in motion, then acceleration is in the direction of motion, or in the direction of velocity, or opposite direction of velocity. Thereafter we go through a parabolic motion. Parabolic motion concerns, actually in linear motion is a one-dimensional motion. Mean body is moving along the one path. Means along x-axis or y-axis if we consider the Cartesian coordinate system. But we go through parabolic motion. Mean in parabolic motion, means what? It is a projectile motion. When object is thrown in air with initial velocity. When object is thrown in air with initial velocity, making suitable angle with horizontal, and this object is moving freely under the gravity, then this object is called as a projectile and its motion is a projectile motion. This motion is totally controlled by the gravity of the body. Some controlled projectile motions are also there, but we are not discussing this. In previous standard we discussed about projectile motion under the gravity. Now here look the things. Here the direction of velocity continuously goes on changing, but the acceleration acting on the body is a gravitational acceleration which is always acting vertically downwards. Means the direction of velocity is different. Acceleration is acting vertically downwards and velocity is in the different directions. Now we go through our topic, a circular motion. Then question arises, what is a circular motion? We come across so many examples of circular motion. Means suppose I am saying this fan is in circular motion. Means what is a circular motion? The motion of the object along the circular path is called as a circular motion. Simply. When body performs or object performs a circular motion, look the things. The velocity of the object is always tangent to the circle, and acceleration acting on it is a centripetal acceleration. It is acting toward the center of the circle. Means in circular motion, V is tangential and its direction changes continuously, as seen here, like X. Look here, the direction of velocity continuously goes on changing. and it is always tangential, and acceleration is perpendicular to it. And one more thing is there. During the circular motion, when object is moving, means this plane is moving, the center of the circle is situated at a point which is not inside the plane. Means object is revolving around a fixed point. This point is situated outside the object. Or other way is also there. Suppose I am considering this plane is rotating. Then look here, it is a rotational motion. But particles of the plane are in circular motion. Particles of the plane are in circular motion. Means these particles of the plane are in circular motion around the another particles which are situated on the axis of rotation. Mean look here, the particles of the in rotational motion, what is the difference in circular motion and rotational motion? Means fan is having a rotational motion, but particles of the fan are in circular motion. Mean fan rotates about the axis of rotation. But when we see the particles of the fan, they are moving along the circular path, and they are revolving around another particles which are situated along the axis of fan. Or here also you can say the example of pen also there. Means this basic difference. Then I think you get the answer of question rotational dynamics, a name of the chapter. In rotational, here in we considered the circular motion as well as rotational motion. And dynamics means we consider the regions of motion. Let us see first a circular motion. What are the characteristics of circular motion? Then different things are there. One thing should be there, it is an accelerated motion. Then question arises, why circular motion is an accelerated motion? Means, here look the things. In a body, there is a change in velocity. Then body is said to be having an acceleration. In circular motion, let us see velocity, linear velocity. We come across simple example, a stone is tied with the string and revolve in a horizontal circle. And when you release your hand, then what happens? The stone moves in a tangential path. In a tangential path. Here or here it releases, then it goes in this tangential path. Or here it goes tangential path. When it follows a tangential path. Or it is moving along a straight line path. Showing that when body is in circular motion, it is having a linear velocity. Then one thing should be there, in that linear velocity, the magnitude of the velocity may or may not constant. Actually in UCM it is a constant, and in non-UCM it is not constant. We discuss it later on. But direction of velocity changes. And because of this change in direction of the velocity, we say that velocity changes. It doesn't matter. Magnitude changes or direction changes. We say that it is an accelerated motion. Let us see here, and another thing is also there, it is a periodic motion. Not a particular about non-UCM, but UCM it is a periodic motion. Means, periodic means the motion which repeats itself along the same path in same time. Mean in periodic motion, body or particle, or you can say object, repeat the same circular path in same time. Suppose in one revolution it takes 2 seconds. Then in next 2 seconds or every 2 seconds it repeats the same circular path and it takes the same time. So it is a periodic motion. Thereafter we go through kinematics of circular motion. It is again included in the character of circular motion. Means while studying the kinematics of circular motion, we go through certain quantities. You are familiar in 11th standard. Let us see a radius vector. Look here in this figure, Cp is the radius vector, or here we consider Cp is the radius vector. Then, or you can say it is a position vector. Then, what is a radius vector or position vector? vector which describes or shows the position of the object in circular motion from the center of the circle. Look here, this vector is drawn from the center of the circle to the position of the object. Position of the object is at point P. Then it is called as a radius vector. Now, we go on, one thing should be there, as particle performs or body performs or object performs circular motion, then this radius vector turn, that means the magnitude of the radius vector remains constant, but its direction goes on changing. It is always starts from the center of the circle and it is end at the circumference of the circle. Now, angular displacement. Then what is the angle? Angle described by radius vector in a given time. Means suppose we consider in a given time particle moves from point P, say, to point Q supposed to be here. And then this radius vector turn through an angle theta. Then this angle theta, it's called as the angular displacement. Mean angle described by radius vector in a given time at the center of the circle. It is called as the angular displacement. A small angular displacement is a vector quantity. Its direction is given by a right hand rule. What is the right hand rule then? Imagine an axis of rotation is held in your right hand and four fingers are curled in the sense of rotation of the particle. Look here, particle is moving in this direction. Then I am rotating my finger, four fingers in this direction. And thumb is stretched along the axis of rotation. Then this stretched thumb denote the direction of angular displacement. Look here, this direction of angular displacement is here outward. But here in clockwise motion, here I am rotating these fingers in this direction. My thumb is going in the board. So, direction of the angular displacement is the inward direction. In short, angular displacement is perpendicular to the plane of the figure. Direction of angular displacement is perpendicular to the plane of the circular motion. Now, it's yes, no doubt it is the angle, then its SI unit is radian. Thereafter, we go through another quantity, angular velocity. Angular velocity means angle described by a radius vector per unit time. Angle described by a radius vector per unit time. Or you can say change in angular velocity with time. So sorry, change in angular displacement with time. It is called as angular velocity. Again, the direction of angular velocity is same to that of the angular displacement. Means perpendicular to the plane of the circular motion. Thereafter we go through another physical quantity. Another physical quantity, angular acceleration. Angular velocity, SI unit of the angular velocity is radian per second. Then we go through angular acceleration. Change in angular velocity with time, it is called as a angular acceleration. Or with respect to time, it's called as angular acceleration. Again, this angular acceleration, one thing should be there for angular acceleration about a direction. Its direction is in the direction of angular velocity, means perpendicular to the plane of the circular motion. In accelerated motion, means in non-uniform case, in circular motion case. Means if speed of the particle goes on increasing continuously, then the direction of angular acceleration is in the direction of angular velocity. But speed decreases, then its direction is opposite to that of the angular displacement. We discuss in next article again. Thereafter, last year we discussed the relationship between linear velocity and angular velocity. Look this relation, linear velocity vector v equals to vector omega cross vector r. Means here vector omega, look the thing, vector omega is in this direction, perpendicular to the plane. Means as per concern to here, or here perpendicular to plane outward direction, and here I am taking this hand here. Look the thing, omega cross r, means this is a vector r, Cp is a radius vector. Then look the direction of velocity v, mean direction of velocity v is tangential to the circle, this direction of velocity. Now look the things. Then velocity v, linear velocity v, it is a tangent to the circle, omega perpendicular to the plane of the circular motion, and vector r is along the radius and away from the center. Along the radius and away from the center. From this it is clear that all three are perpendicular to each other, mutually perpendicular to each other. Then the magnitude of the linear velocity can be taken as v equals to omega into r, or you say r omega. Thereafter we go through another physical quantity, period. A time taken by the particle or object, you say, to complete one revolution when it performs circular motion. Then this period can be taken as, look, linear velocity equals to a distance traveled by the object divided by time. Here distance traveled is, we can say here 2 pi r, circumference in one revolution, and it takes a time t. Then look the thing, here we go through v is nothing but the r omega, then it is 2 pi r upon t. Rearranging the terms, this period t can be taken as 2 pi upon omega, 2 pi upon omega, or you can say omega equals to 2 pi upon t, and then we go through frequency. Frequency is the reciprocal of the period, means number of revolutions performed by particle per second, or you say per unit time. Then the frequency is the reciprocal of the period, then you can say this frequency n equals to 1 upon t, or you can say here omega upon 2 pi. Therefore we can take here omega equal to 2 pi. And this thing, thereafter we go through next article. Then we go through uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion. What is meaning of it? Look the thing. In uniform circular motion, when object revolves along the circumference of a circle. What is a uniform circular motion? We go through definition. During circular motion, if the speed of the particle remains constant, then it is called as a uniform circular motion. Speed of the particle means here we expect a linear speed of the particle. And we know that the magnitude of the linear velocity is called as a linear speed. Means instead of taking a linear speed, you can take the word magnitude of the velocity also. Or other way is also there. Here, the magnitude of the angular velocity or angular velocity you can say. How? Think about it. Then, what is UCM? Again I am taking here, during circular motion, if the speed of the particle remains constant, then it is called as a UCM. In this case, the magnitude of the velocity remains constant. Mean magnitude of the velocity, suppose here, the magnitude of the velocity at this point is 2 meter per second. Here also, magnitude of the velocity is 2 meter per second. Magnitude of the velocity is 2 meter per second. Here also, magnitude of the velocity is 2 meter per second. Look here, the magnitude of the velocity is constant. But the direction of velocity continuously goes on changing. And this direction of the velocity is always tangent to the circular path, as we discuss in later article also. Thereafter, then question arises, why there is a change in direction of the velocity? Then there should be some acceleration to change the direction of the velocity. And the acceleration which is responsible for change in direction, it's called as a acceleration, it is called as a radial acceleration or centripetal acceleration. I mean, look here, this centripetal acceleration is acting on the body in circular motion, and it is always directed along the radius and toward the center. So it is called as a centripetal acceleration. And this centripetal acceleration can be taken as AR equals to minus omega square L. Here look, the thing, negative sign indicate that the position vector R is along the radius and away from the center, and centripetal acceleration is along the radius and toward the center. And one thing should be there, the magnitude of the centripetal acceleration is constant in UCM, and it is always directed along the radius and toward the center. Can you give some examples of circular motion? Then we say that when fan is rotating at a constant speed, then particle of the fan are in circular motion. Means suppose we consider a communication satellite. It completes one revolution around the earth in 24 hours. Then we say that every 24 hours it completes the same. Then we say that its motion is a uniform circular motion. Thereafter, moon is revolving around the earth. It is also in uniform circular motion. Then think about another examples of uniform circular motion. Thereafter, we go through another category of the motion. It is a non-uniform circular motion. काय होते? Sometimes the situation arises, means when you start your cycle and you are pedaling your cycle, you exert a force on your pedals. Then what happens? Speed of the pedals as well as wheels are also there. Its speed goes on increasing. Or another example we considered, when fan is switch on or switch off, then its speed of the fan goes on increasing or decreasing. I mean, look here. In that situation, the magnitudes of the velocity continuously goes on changing. Means suppose here 2 meter per second, then here 3 meter per second, here 4 meter per second, here 5 meter per second, and so on. Means, or you can say speed goes on decreasing also. Means here magnitude of the velocity changes as well as its direction also changes. But notable thing is that the velocity is still tangent to the circle or moving along the tangential path to the circular motion. And thereafter, another thing is also there. But there is a centripetal acceleration also there, and it is also directed toward the center of the circle. But magnitude of the centripetal acceleration is not remains constant. Magnitude of the centripetal acceleration remains constant. Thereafter we go through another thing. Then question arises, why magnitude of the linear velocity continuously goes on changing? Then there should be some acceleration responsible for change in magnitude of the velocity. And this acceleration is called as the tangential acceleration. This tangential acceleration is in the direction of velocity during the increasing speed and opposite direction of velocity while increasing the speed. Mean again, this tangential acceleration is always tangent. Its magnitude can be taken as A equals to R into alpha. In vector form you can take a vector A equals to vector alpha cross R. How it is? Study yourselves. Thereafter, this tangential acceleration is responsible for change in magnitude of the velocity. Means here, in non-uniform circular motion, the direction of velocity as well as magnitude of velocity both goes on changing. The direction of velocity changes due to centripetal acceleration and magnitude of the velocity changes due to tangential acceleration. Thereafter, here one thing again notable there, as its linear velocity goes on changing both in magnitude and direction, and we know that linear velocity equals to V equal to R omega. R is a constant. Then angular velocity also goes on changing. Means here in angular velocity, the change in angular velocity, there is an angular acceleration is also there. Now look the thing. Means angular acceleration. Then question arises, in which direction this angular acceleration is there. One thing should be notable, that angular velocity is always perpendicular to the plane of the circular motion. Always perpendicular to the plane of the circular motion. Then during increasing speed, angular acceleration and angular velocity are again in same direction. Here we considered the motion is there in this direction, here both are upward direction. But during the retardation or speed goes on decreasing, or when we switch off the fan, then what happens? The direction of velocity is upward and direction of angular acceleration is downward, and both are again in the plane. Then a notable thing is that if this angular acceleration is perpendicular to the plane of the circular motion, we can write this quantity and we can take three kinematical equations for rotational motion as given in book. These are the omega equals to final velocity equals to initial velocity plus alpha t. This is first kinematical equation, or you say angular displacement equal to initial velocity omega 0 into t plus half alpha t square. Or third kinematical equation you can take here, omega square equals to final velocity omega 0 square plus 2 alpha theta. This case is only possible when this acceleration, angular acceleration, is in the direction of angular velocity or opposite direction of angular velocity. Mean it is the perpendicular to the plane of the circular motion. But sometimes angular acceleration is not in the plane of the circular motion. Mean look, I am considering here the plane of the circular motion and the angular acceleration is in different plane. Means it is not in this plane, it is in the different plane. Or it is parallel to the circular, in the plane of the circular motion. Then what happens there then? The plane of the circular motion goes on changing. It not remains perpendicular, it not remains horizontal. It changes, or we say it is toppled. Mean in spinning top exactly same thing happens. Why this spinning top topples? Because the angular acceleration is not exactly perpendicular to the plane of the circular motion. Thereafter we are looking, I think this is, and what is the basic difference between UCM and non-UCM? Look here, as per concern to accelerations. Mean here centripetal acceleration is there, its magnitude is constant. Here again, centripetal acceleration is there, constant, because of omega changes, angular velocity changes, or V changes, magnitude of the V changes. Here tangential acceleration is 0 because object is moving with constant speed along the circular path. So here tangential velocity is 0, mean 80 is 0. And another thing is also there, here angular acceleration is also 0. Mean in UCM, there is a centripetal acceleration, its magnitude is constant, but it not having a tangential acceleration as well as angular acceleration. But in non-UCM, all three accelerations are present. All three are present. Mean here, look, a centripetal acceleration is present, it is not a constant. Another thing, a tangential acceleration is also present. It is responsible for change in speed of the particle or object. Here, acceleration is also there. Thereafter, we go through another topic. Dynamics of the circular motion. It is a causes of circular motion. Means in dynamics, we are looking forward, or we are discussing two types of forces, a centripetal force and centrifugal force. As in our centripetal acceleration, AR equal to minus omega square r vector r, responsible for circular motion. It is responsible for circular motion. Then the force providing this acceleration. Then question is why this centripetal acceleration is there? Because some force is acting, we know that according to Newton's second law, so long as the force, there is the acceleration, or vice versa is also there. Means when body is moving with an acceleration, there should be some force acting on that body in the same direction, according to Newton's second law. Thereafter, here centripetal acceleration is acting on the body in case of UCM or non-UCM. Then question arises, why this centripetal acceleration there? Then there must be some force is acting on the body or object in the same direction, and this force is called as the centripetal force. This force is given as centripetal force equal to minus m omega square vector r in vector notation, or you can take another way also, or magnitude of this force is m omega square r, or another way you can say mv square upon r, or m omega v also. Means here you can take the magnitude of the force can be taken as mv square upon r, or you can take here m r omega square, or you can also take here try to write the, here vector form is given for m omega square r, try to write the vector forms, how we can take in vector form this equation as well as this m omega v. Now, eraser is not erase not. Now, some remember things are given in your book in another color. Let us see. The word centripetal is not a type of a real force. Means centripetal is not a category of the forces belonging real forces. You know the real forces like as a gravitational force, electrostatic force, as well as electrostatic means here electric as well as magnetic forces are there. After nuclear forces, strong and weak nuclear forces, these are the real forces we know. Centripetal force is not belong to the category of the force. This centripetal, this force keeps the direction of velocity tangential. Thereafter, the centripetal shows that the adjective or property of that force, and it's the direction of the force. Centripetal means its direction is along the radius and toward the center of the force. That's why It is also called as the center force. Thereafter, this force is arises in inertial as well as by inertial frame, inertial as well as inertial frame of references. Thereafter, the magnitude of the centripetal force, I am saying that m r omega square or mv square upon r, or you can take m omega v also. As centripetal force means it is the resultant real force acting on the body. It is not real force. It is resultant of some real forces acting on the body. Then we go through certain examples. Suppose we consider Earth is revolving around the sun or Moon is revolving around the Earth. The necessary centripetal force between them is the gravitational force. Means gravitational force is a real force and it provides a centripetal force. Here around the nucleus. Mean here electrostatic force of attraction between electron and nucleus. Mean in nucleus protons are there positively charged. Then this electrostatic force is a real force which provides a centripetal force. When car takes a turn along the curve, the centripetal force is provided by a force of friction between tires and wheel. And you can give so many examples of centripetal force. The force, centrifugal force. Centrifugal force. Suppose you are in the merry-go-round and this is supposed to be moving with uniform velocity. Means constant velocity. And when you close, then you feel that you are at rest. Then one thing should be there. You don't consider you are in centrifugal force. When you are in the merry-go-round supposed to be. And this merry-go-round is moving with uniform velocity. Mean it is in uniform circular motion. And suppose you are close your eyes. And then you feel that you don't know you are in circular motion. Then you feel that you are at rest. Then question arises, why you are at rest? Then we know that when it is in circular motion, some force is acting from the center. It is a centripetal force. And still you are, means it is a unbalanced force. And still you feels you are at rest. Then question arises, why you feels you are at rest? Then in order to obey the Newton's law, you have to feel that, or you have to assume that another force is also acting on you in an opposite direction, whose magnitude is similar to that of the force, real force or centripetal force acting on you. And this force acting on you in opposite direction is a pseudo force. And this pseudo force is called as a centrifugal force. This force arises in non-inertial frame of reference or due to acceleration of the frame of reference or accelerated frame of reference. Now, one thing should be notable that this pseudo force is not a imaginary force. It is non-real, but it is non-real means it is not belong to category of the real forces like as gravitational or another type of forces. But it is not an imaginary force. Then how you can realize? Suppose speed of the merry-go-round goes on increasing. You feel some force is acting on you in away along the radiation away from the center. And note that notable thing is that this force acting is greater than a centripetal force. Means one activity suggested to you in the book. Means suppose you have a spring balance and its capacity to measure the weight is supposed to be 200 grams. When it rotates, when it rotates, that means 200 grams, suppose you are adding only 100 grams supposed to be, and it is rotated along the horizontal axis. Then note that when it rotated along the horizontal axis, then when its speed goes on increasing, mean it is in a non-UCM, then you see that the weight added is shown more than 100 grams. But when it comes in the uniform circular motion or constant speed it is moving, then you feels that the weight is 100 grams. Then question in second case, its weight, in first case weight goes on increasing. When non-UCM case, means some centrifugal force is acting on it away from the center, and notable thing is that this force is greater than centripetal force. That's why we say that it is not an imaginary force, but it is a non-real force. Then, but here, when it is in UCM, mean it is moving with constant speed, then uniform speed, a pseudo force is balances by resultant real force. Pseudo force is balanced by a resultant real force or centripetal force. The force equation for centripetal force, here force equation is there. Force equation for circular motion is given by a resultant force equals to minus omega square vector r, or you can say this equation as minus m omega square vector r is taken in that side. So m omega square r plus summation of the real forces, which gives a centripetal force, and which is equal to 0. Then we go through some examples of centrifugal force. Centrifugal force, you know, you have a wet cloth in your head, and you rotate your hand in such a way that then you know that the particles of the water or water droplets are moving away from you because of centrifugal force. Earth is rotating about itself, and you know that Earth is having a oval shape. Because of oval shape of the Earth is because of centrifugal force acting on it. Or we take a rubber ball, and when it gives a non-rigid ball supposed to be, and when it rotates with greater speed, then what happens? It takes a oval shape because of centrifugal force. Means in centrifuges or milk separator in dairy work, cream separator is there, we use the centrifugal force. When car takes a turn, passenger in the car pushes outward because of centrifugal force. Then so many examples are there. Then what is the basic distinguishing point between centripetal force and centrifugal force? Look here, this centripetal force is acting along the radius and toward the center of the circle. But centrifugal force is acting along the radius and away from the center. It is a real force acting on the body, mean resultant of the real forces. But it is a non-real force, it is a pseudo force, not an imaginary force. Another thing is also there, it arises in inertial frame of reference as well as non-inertial frame of reference, centripetal force. But it arises only in a non-inertial frame of reference. I think you get the answers of this, and that's all about it.